Hold on.
I hate this chair going all the way back like that.
Well, stop stretching in it. All right, guys. So we are live here. Today we have a special episode of Chopper History brought to you by Indian Motorcycles. Thank you, Indian, for helping us preserve Chopper history. Jaren, do you want to say hi to everybody? This is my sister, Jaren. Go ahead, Jaren, peek in. This way.
You can.
Hi.
Say hi. So this is my youngest sister, Jaren, who comes by the shop and helps out and cleans and makes us lunch. Did you bring lunch today, Jaren?
Only for me.
Oh,
yeah, thanks a lot.
Only for you, huh? Oh, I see how it is. Don't worry, Dad. I got you covered.
Okay.
All right. So today we have Chopper History brought to you by Indian, and we're going to talk with Emma, who is the director of the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame. So I guess we'll get right to it. See you later, Bruce. And let's bring Emma on here. Hey, Emma.
Hi, Emma.
Hey, good morning.
How's it
Good
going?
afternoon, I guess, for you.
What was
Welcome
it?
to the museum.
Thank you. We are very excited. We have a lot of people on here already. And I think everybody's looking forward to seeing the museum, and hopefully this brings people in there physically as well.
Yeah, we hope so. Good. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Let me know if you have any questions along the way, but I thought I'd just do a real quick tour and show off a couple of the new displays that we've got in.
Okay, cool.
So we're getting started in the entrance of the museum. This edition was finished in 2018. So the front half of our building is an old post office that was built in 1937, just a year before the rally got started. And then we added this addition basically just to allow for more display space and also add a handicap accessible bathroom. So in here, you'll see a little bit of a helmet display that we just got started before rally. And then
Emma,
a couple of special bikes that
your
came in
audio.
before rally or during rally. This is, oh, I'm sorry. The audio.
Emma, your audio's cutting out.
Okay.
Do you guys have Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Are you
We're
working?
on our Wi-Fi. Is
You're
it
on the-
better if I hold the camera?
I think maybe you're getting too far away that the audio, because
Okay.
the video seemed to be okay.
Okay. Is it better with me holding the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that then. I'm gonna switch it back around here so you can see the good stuff, not me, but so we got this bike in. This is Jesse Combs' khaki commuter, and we got this in just before rally, and so we're not exactly sure how long it's gonna be here, but at least for the next several months. And so Jessie was a good friend of the museum's, and so we're excited to have one of her motorcycles and her helmet that's popular with the bubble shield in. And the
That's very
next bike
cool. Jesse's
that?
in the museum. Jesse's in the Hall of Fame, correct?
Jessie's not in the Hall of Fame. No, she
Oh,
passed
so I saw-
away. Yeah, unfortunately, before she made it into the Hall of Fame. But we've been trying to do as much as we can to honor her here at the museum. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. I saw
Yeah.
a picture of her, Chris Simmons, and Gloria. I thought
Oh, yeah.
at the, I believe it was at the breakfast, but so it's
Oh yeah.
I just assumed it. But go ahead. So, and also, hey, I'm gonna send you a helmet for your helmet wall.
All right. Fantastic.
I have a cool helmet that I kind of painted for myself, and it was actually in one of Mike Lichter's displays. That pink one that I have out there.
Yeah.
It was in
Great.
one of Mike Lichter's displays of the buffalo chip, and it's a wicked cool. But to be honest, I never wear it, so I was like, you know what, it'd be really cool in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Send it our way for sure. That's kind of a new thing. We just are always looking for ways to add dimension to the museum and give it extra stuff for people to look at, you know, in addition to the motorcycles. And we had some empty wall space in here, and so it's perfect for that. The expansion here has kind of become our a custom room. And so one of the other bikes I was going to point out is the Pandemonium bike. This is extremely popular, built by Donnie Smith, as I'm sure you are aware of. And so this one is front and center because it gets lots of looks. It's just a wild and crazy bike, and people love to check that out. New during Rally 2 came in Indian Larry's Wild Child bike. So this is, just a huge deal for us to have in here. It's super cool, and it's a great addition to the choppers and the expansion. And then I mentioned that our museum originally was started in 2001, and we were housed in, this is what we consider the main gallery. This is where we have most of our Indians and Harleys through here. And so this is kind of the Indian lineup, a 1930 with the sidecar, 38. And then we just brought in the Indian Wrecking Crew display.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is super awesome because the 55 on the end is the original, one of the original Wrecking Crew motorcycles. And then these two motorcycles are complete replicas. And then we had just loads of Indian Wrecking Crew, some of the original pictures we were able to bring into the display and additional information. And so, our museum didn't change anything from the post office. And so this is all original woodwork and original glass, and it just makes beautiful displays for our bikes.
I bet.
So that's a fun one to have in. And then
cool that you have like a racing, racing inspired area.
We have another room in the lower level too. I would love some help with if you know any racers. Wink, wink. This is our.
See what I can send you.
This is our Harley lineup through here, and it just kind of rounds out our main gallery. And then we do have a whole lower level, and so we will head down there. When you come down the stairs.
Oh yeah, it's just like the flag that. Yeah. Hey, I think you froze.
Bear with me there. So the Hall of Fame hallway was in really rough shape up until 2019. And last year we received some generous donations from individual hamsters. And that has allowed us to do all new flooring, new paint, new lighting, add some new displays through here that honor and recognize our Hall of Fame inductees.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Emma, I think your video is frozen. We can hear you fine, but we're stuck on.
Oh no.
See if we can move somewhere.
The Wi-Fi is not super strong down here. Let me see if I can try.
Maybe if you try turning it off, we'll work off a cell phone.
I've got LTE on now. It looks like. Hang on a second. Did that help?
No.
Can't see anything? No,
well,
still?
No, nothing.
Okay. Let me go back upstairs and I'll show you some other stuff up there since we're not getting. That's what happens when you have an old brick building.
I was thinking that you guys' building is probably so solid.
Yep, it's hard to get Wi-Fi all over the place. Okay, let me see if I can get you now. Just a second. Oops, do I go up, Josh? Okay.
I'll ask you, we have a couple of questions over here. Mike Woodcheck, he says, Jody, besides you, can you ask how many other women are in the Hall of Fame?
Ooh, we've got the picture downstairs. We have a women's writing room I wanted to show you that highlights all of the women that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. If I had to guess, it's probably between 40 and 50. There's quite a few.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not quite that many. Josh just ran down to double check for me, but there is quite a few. And I wanted to show you also the women's writing room because that recently got a facelift along with the Hall of Fame hallway. 32.
Hey,
There's 32 women.
Try closing it, like going out of it and then coming back on.
Like leave the whole video? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let me try it.
Okay. And while she's doing that, guys, we'll come over here to, so we have comments and questions. Hi, Stephen Drago. I see Dennis Frame, Dan Benson, Ryan from the Philippines. Hi, Jen. Jen, I got to call you later. We have another job for you. Lisa Hathaway, a wonderful seeing you inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thank you. Phil from Arkansas, Evan White, Matt Higgins from Oxford, Maine. Isn't that where Mul's going this weekend?
Yes.
Oxford, Maine.
Yeah,
You guys have a
Oxford.
circle
Yeah, there's a
track
race
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our friend Mul, aka Dave Sylvia, who's on his way back from Sturgis, a long trip, is going up there. Josh, thanks for the tip. That's why I told her to hopefully turn off our Wi-Fi. Maybe that will work. Andrew from England, Ricky Bongos, Nancy Weems. I'm not sure if you guys can see this person. I'm going to post it down here. Let's see. Kimberly James Bola. So she posted the same comment about 20 times. So if any of you guys are looking for a wife, contact Kimberly James Bola. I don't know what her needing a husband has to do with Choppa history, but we get them all. Oh, good morning, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Jesse needs to be added to the Hall of Fame. Brett Anderson, yes. Dave from Taunton, which is just a local town right around the corner from here. Barbara says, hello, my favorite bikers. Good to finally see you live. Sin City.
Yeah,
Oh, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yep. Jack Stryker. Oh, hi, Tony. Tony Pan on here.
Tony Pan. How you doing, Tony?
Him and his wife, Vicky, are both in the Hall of Fame. Vicky got inducted with me this year. Let's see. The hello, guys from Maine. Kyle Hoffman. I sent you a picture of the helmet. Hi, Jen. Let's see. Mike LaFlame. Thanks for the congrats. Mel Kaufman. Oh, Christopher Seal. Gosh, you guys got a lot. Jay DePietro.
Mike Kerr. Is that Ed's brother?
Oh, is it really? I was going to say, is
yeah.
it relation to Ed Kerr? Yeah.
Hope you're taking good care of Ed, Mike. Tommy Lynch. Hey, Tom.
Hi, Tommy. It's Steve Leahy. I am not a serious husband, so I'm out. That's a good one, Steve.
Good one, Steve.
Steve's a local awesome artist.
Yeah, Steve Leahy is, he's an unbelievable artist. You know, I know a lot of people that are great artists. And Steve is like a one-of-a-kind guy. He can do a whole painting, a mural, a whole scene on a razor blade. He's unbelievable.
Wenton, what's up? Riding out the hurricane. Oh, guy just said that hurricane's supposed to hit Galveston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, Wenton.
Yeah, Wenton, you better be careful. Make sure your bikes are safe. That's what we're concerned about.
Kurt. Hey, Kurt.
Jim Hall, Andrew Anderson. Thanks for watching our show. Tammy from Missouri. Phil Newton. When is the next bike night? Sorry. Oh, Phil from R6. Okay. Our bike nights are done. Sorry, Phil. You're going to have to wait till next year. 2021 in June. That'll be our next bike night. Lisa, Jesse needs to be in there. Hi, folks. Mike Dunn. Mike Kerr says, I'm trying my best, Dave.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
All right. So let's bring Emma back. Let's try this again. Okay. Hey, Emma.
I don't know how much farther we'll be able to get in the museum, but we can certainly talk about it. And there is a tour on our website too. And I know you've got our website on the banner there, which is awesome. So if people go to our website and then on the Visit Us tab, there is at the very bottom, you can click a link and there's a video footage tour of the museum in there. And there's also live footage to the webcam on the outside of our building. I know that was really popular this year during Rally.
Oh, I bet. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you guys did that.
Yeah.
That's neat. People must have been watching like crazy because all the people that didn't go to Sturgis were wondering how it was, what's going on, how many people.
Yep. Yeah, it was really cool to get the feedback from people.
Did you guys find you had a lot of people go through the museum during Bike Week?
Yeah. So actually for us, it was really good in a couple of different ways. We had only about 1,000 less people came through this year than in 2019. But we made about $1,000 more. And I think really that's what I saw day to day being in the museum is people were very generous. They were very respectful. Even though we are a museum, you would be amazed at what we find at the end of the day and just some of the stupid things that people do and leave behind. And I won't get into details, but this year we didn't have any of that. People were really nice, really respectful. They kept their hands to themselves. And so we had a great year. People were great to our staff. That makes it also really difficult when people come through and they're not happy and they're not very nice. And it just makes it harder on our staff. And we are a nonprofit, as you know, so we operate on a very slim staff with a very slim budget. And so when people are nice and generous, it makes a huge difference for us during rally. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's awesome. So how many bikes do you have in the museum?
Today we have 117, I think. We brought in a couple more that I showed you at the beginning, just during rally. Typically, we cycle things out in the fall, and then that sets us up for the next year's displays. But inevitably, we get things that come and go, outside of that, either during rally or in the spring. But we stay between 110 and 115 most of the time. And about 90% of those motorcycles are just on loan to us. And that makes it easier for us to cycle things out and then bring in new stuff. And so people who come back every year will see different things and things, different displays will be up and there'll be new stuff.
Yeah, that's very cool. It keeps people coming back. So, you don't just visit it once.
Yeah, absolutely. And the rally for us really only brings in about a fifth of our visitors. So we see about 30,000 visitors a year through our museum. And a large percentage of them aren't necessarily avid motorcycle riders. They might just be interested in kind of the motorcycle culture and the lifestyle. So that's really what they're coming here to see is the crazy stuff that we have in the expansion, like the Pandemonium bike. But then there's also people that want to know a little bit about the history. And so we've got a wide variety of information about the rally and about the area, about racing. And so it really appeals to a wide audience, and we get a lot of group families that come in as groups. And so there's stuff for everybody from the kids all the way up to the grandparents.
That's very cool. What's the oldest bike you have in there?
I think the oldest one we have in today is a 1908 Harley Davidson downstairs in our lower level. And then we've got a 1913 Henderson with the sidecar. What's that? Oh yeah, we have a 1910 FN that just came in. That's a odd one, yeah. And so
I don't even know what that is. Is it upstairs or downstairs?
Yeah, I can show you that one. It's upstairs. Let me take you over there real quick. Flip you around here.
No.
This is the FN.
Oh wow! Look at that headlight.
Yeah, isn't that rad?
Yeah,
That's a 4-cylinder.
yeah. That thing. What did you say? Is it 1910?
Yep.
Did obviously that's on loan.
Yep, this is on loan to us. Yep. We've got a good friend of the museums who brings stuff in quite a bit and switches out stuff. He's got a really nice collection of old, different things. They're things that you wouldn't see anywhere else, likely.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you have any newer bikes in there? What's the newest bike you have?
The newest bike we have is probably John Shope. Sturdy too? Oh, I guess the Jesse Combs's bike is a 2018.
Oh, okay.
Fat boy. Yep. Harris is a 2018, so that's probably the newest. We have one of John Shope's Dirty Tails in here that's a custom bike.
Can we see that one? I know it's right around the corner. I saw it.
Yes, absolutely. And that thing has been so much fun because it's got all the tooling on it, which is really awesome and intricate. And so people really love to look at all of the handwork. Yeah, the engraving that was done on it. And then to have there's no, wires. People think that's really,
it's
want to know. Yeah. People are kind of blown away by that. And I love the pipes.
What's the bike on the lift? Is that a lift over there?
Yeah. So this is a display that's been in we call it the Canada bike. It was built by an engineer in Canada who thought it would just be fun. He was a chopper guy and thought it would be cool to do a chopper that is all things Canada. So he put it together with a Honda engine in it, but then added all of these Canada touches like the Stanley Cup.
Just gonna say that's hockey. So I guess
Yep,
Canada.
he's got some, there's an orca tail on the tank. And so then he added this banner, and all these things are embedded in this motorcycle. So as it rotates around, you can go through and count all 27 different maple leaves or 25 different maple leaves. He's got some little polar bear coins and the axles. And so, yeah, it's a fun one just for people to
Look
sit
at.
and look at and try to find all the different things. And we get a lot of Canadian visitors, and so they think that's fun for sure. You might like this Triumph bike we got in just before Rally 2.
That's cool. I think
I
I
know,
saw that.
Yes. And then we've gotten more choppers over here. And again, we like to have them front and center because aesthetically they're just so interesting and fun for people to look at.
Is that a Yappy one, that red one?
Oh, that's Mark Shadley.
This is Shadley's, yep. And then Keith Terry's. And then obviously, I mean, Rick Bearless.
His is so obvious.
I know, right? You know exactly who did that one.
Yeah. How about that wide open print in the background? That's probably from one of our favorite artists.
This is from Darren McKeag. Yep, we've got several of his pieces in the museum. He was here along with Kayla from Inferno Arts. We started a couple years back doing a featured artist in the museum. Again, people come in and want to see the motorcycles, but they want to see other things too.
Yeah.
And so having Darren and Kayla here and doing painting and signing autographs and things like that have just added another fun feature during Rally. But yeah, he's a great artist and
Do we still got your audio?
Did I freeze? Oh, there we go.
No, you're back. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, what else can I show you? Or did you get any other questions?
Yeah, let me go. So, Chopper Gary, he says that the Tintic Motorcycle Museum aspires to be the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum.
Right. Plus, that's the old post office too.
I'm just gonna ask you that.
That's cool. Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very
awesome.
Yeah, his museum in Utah. What is it?
Yeah, Eureka, Utah.
Eureka.
I'll look that one up.
Oh yeah, look, he said it right there. The Sturgis is 1934, but the Tintic was 1922.
Ooh, that's old.
Yeah, it is. That's cool. He's
Yeah.
probably got some good.
Yeah, Gary's got some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Let's see. Oxford, Maine, the paint show. Oh, Mike, he says your dad needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he is. VP and I are both in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
2001, right, Dave?
Yeah, 2001.
Which
yeah.
was the first year, right?
Well, it was the first year that the Sturgis. Before that, it was owned by John Parnham.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It was the National Motorcycle Museum, and it was here for quite a while. It was largely run by a board of directors at that time. And so it got into, and John and Jill were based in Anamosa, Iowa. And so they were really only in Sturgis 3 months out of the year. And the museum had fallen into some debt. And so they had offered to pay off the debt, but they were going to move the museum to Anamosa. And so some of the motorcycles went back to their owners, and some of them did make it out to Anamosa, where they moved the National Motorcycle Museum. And so that happened in about 99. And, they made a really good case for the fact that it was going into death here. It was going into debt, and there was a lot more traffic off of Interstate 80 near the University of Iowa. And so if you've been to that museum, it was clearly a good move because it's fantastic. I mean, they've got over 500 motorcycles, and it's been a really fun partnership since I've been here. I've known the Parham family for a long time. And so our two museums, we're closely together. I rely on them for a lot of just input and advice, as well as, trading stuff and memorabilia. They've donated a couple of Pappy Hoyle's pieces to us, like his vest, his race vest, and That's been really a fun, relationship to have with them. So then in 2001, a group of local citizens, were just kind of appalled. And this is Sturgis, we have to have a motorcycle museum here. And so they got together and put together the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum.
So we, the Hamsters as well as DP and some local guys were able to raise you guys a bunch of money this year.
Yeah.
I think close to 70,000, 67,
Yeah,
68,000.
66,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will that money tell us what that money is going to go towards, and that people can still donate if they want to help support motorcycling history?
Yeah, so absolutely. The large portion of that money is going to go for capital improvement projects. With the main part of the post office being built in 1937, we are going broke spending money on fluorescent light bulbs. And so that's one of the first things we want to do. And had we not had COVID, we might have been able to do one or two things. But with the money from the Hamsters and with donations that might still come in, we're going to be able to do a lot of upgrades that are going to save us money in the long run. So that's what I try to look at focusing on is like electricity, fixing our lights, upgrading our outlets and things like that. And in an old brick building, that gets really expensive. We also would like to finish carpeting our lower level. We started the Hall of Fame hallway last year with donations from a couple of Hamsters, and I'd like to see that continue. I have noticed when I ran a report last month, we've saved about $1,000 in utilities in the last year. And that's because we replaced an old door that was downstairs and we started upgrading the flooring. And so just, $1,000 maybe doesn't sound like a lot of money, but to a small nonprofit, that's huge. And so I want to try to finish out some of those projects. And that's going to be probably the bulk of it. The other big thing that we're doing is adding a lift. So we have motorcycles in the lower level. There was a lift here at one time, but it wasn't super adequate. It was very old. It was original to the post office. And we received a donation in 2019 to add a lift to the lower level so that we can get motorcycles in and out of there easier. And so that's going to be happening, digging the hole in the next 2 weeks. So that's exciting. And so some of the money may go to help finish out that project as well.
That's awesome. Even just the lighting, that's beneficial to the people that are coming in there. They can see the bikes better. Everything is lit up. It looks better than a dark building, which I'm sure that building can be very dark being all brick and so old.
Absolutely. That's been the challenge. One of the bathrooms, the old original bathrooms aren't handicap accessible. They had terrible lighting. It was really almost, they're safe and clean, but just not very inviting. And I want the museum experience to be awesome all the way through. If you walk through the museum and you see some great bikes, but then you go into the bathroom and it's dark and it lessens your experience. And so that's what we've been working on. And I also feel like you don't want to walk through and see burned out light bulbs. And we're at the point where we just can't keep up with fluorescent light bulbs. And so
we still have fluorescent light bulbs here too. And it's like when one goes out, it.
And it's all the time. Or they're making noise or they're flashing on and off. And so those are the things that we really want to focus on, and it'll be better for us in the long run. And when you come through, you guys were just here. So, it looks so much different than it did just 5 or 6 years ago. It's so much better and just more upscale, I think.
It's not inviting.
Yeah, thanks. It's not just your local, kind of small town, rough, kind of dirty.
Right.
It's really nice, and it's a destination for 30,000 visitors a year. It shows in what we're doing.
That's awesome. Somebody asked, is the Indian Larry bike on loan?
Yes, it is on loan. Yes.
And then somebody says, Tommy says, and plug the t-shirts. So this is going to be my favorite part.
Right. So I'm wearing one of our museum t-shirts. We, for a long, long time, relied heavily on selling t-shirts, like rally t-shirts. And I came in and I said, no way, I want to do just our stuff. We're the museum. We need to have cool stuff that is ours. So every year, Darren McKeag does a design for us, or for the last couple of years he has. So he did this year, the Tattooed and Employed image, and so we threw that on. We have just our traditional motorcycle museum logo and a couple of shirts, and then we had some that we just kind of came up with on our own and had made, and so they're pretty nice designs that aren't over the top biker, but all of them still say Sturgis Motorcycle Museum on them. We got some cute little crop hoodies that have motorcycle museums, baseball, raglan style tees.
Yeah, I love the baseball ones.
Yeah, they're so comfortable. And so that's really what we wanted to try to shift to, selling ourselves and not selling something else.
Right.
And so, yeah, we're really happy with how they came out. And I think the other thing, too, is got some youth build shirts.
Oh, yeah, from the kids that built the bike with Terry.
Yeah, and so that's fun. Keith did. And
can people buy these on the website, on the banner down there?
Yep, they are on our website. Yep, there's an online store there. And so it's a flat rate, $7 shipping, and we'll get it out to you for sure.
I thought that I noticed when I was in there in Sturgis that you guys definitely have some cool stuff. Where I grew up in this industry, so I can only have so many T-shirts. Where I was like, all right, I feel guilty like taking a T-shirt from some, getting a shirt because I'm like, I have so many. And the biker T-shirts, how many biker T-shirts can you have? And all your shirts were cool. And so you had like, if you wanted the biker one,
right?
You had it. If you wanted the like younger style, like the crop hoodies. Like you got that, and then you got the traditional T-shirts. I thought I was very impressed with your selection of stuff, and even like all the little knickknacks. And my aunt bought me a little bracelet with Sturgis charm.
Exactly.
And then a little shot glass. You guys have all kinds of cool stuff. It's good that you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we really try better quality stuff and unique stuff you're not going to find anywhere else. Even right down, we had some novelty candles made for us, so they're just kind of different scents, but then we put our museum logo on them. Like everything from like motor oil to tobacco to leather jacket to fart. So those are
what?
A fart. I'm assuming you said fart, right? Yeah. The bikers probably love that though.
Yeah, they're fun.
You can be like, I brought you back a candle from the Sturgis Museum. Oh, you did? That's nice. What scent is it? Fart.
Yeah.
Dirty old biker.
Yeah. So Emma, you were at the hamster banquet. What'd you think about the golf cart?
Oh my gosh! Well, of course I wanted it for myself, but
I got some pictures over here so we can.
This
good work. First of all, I love that it was vintage, so I loved it. What was it, a 72, Dave?
71.
71, yeah. The woodworking, and then I saw the upholstery by Corbin. Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, Mike Corbin did an unbelievable job on the upholstery. He turned it right around for us. Just to give you people some background here, one of the hamsters here in Mass donated a 71 Harley Davidson golf cart.
Which this is what it looked like when they got it.
I mean, it was rough, really rough. And between myself and the Shadley brothers, it went over to the Shadleys. They tore it all apart, and then they sent the body and all the panels over to us. They rebuilt the chassis, the engine, the suspension, everything from the ground up. The body was all broken and cracked, and we redid the whole body. It was painted with latex house paint. So we had to strip the whole thing before we did anything. And, we painted it, and then I flamed it all. And it's all cleared with American Icon clear, which is some great new clear that we're using. And so our whole deal was we were going to do this golf cart, and we were going to auction it off at our hamster banquet in Sturgis on Monday night, and all of the money would go to the museum. And so I was the auctioneer, and so we really didn't know if we had to do this for a customer. this would have been probably about 25 grand for the amount of work we did, at least. And so we really didn't know how much we were going to get. We kind of agreed that if we couldn't get 10 grand, we weren't going to sell it. So
because we wanted to give you at least 10 grand.
Yeah. So we started out at 5 grand, and then it went right to 10, and then it went right up to 20. Now it kind of stalled at 20,000. So one of the guys, Randy Aarons from San Diego, he jumped up and said, if this guy buys it for 20, I'm going to throw in another 1,000. So how many other guys want to throw in another 1,000? Well, we had 20 people that all donated an extra 1,000 on top of the 20. We ended up getting $40,000 for the golf cart, which was unbelievable. And then the mirror. Did you follow the mirror that we auctioned off?
I wish I had a picture of it.
Yeah. Back in December, Greg Higa made this beautiful mirror with a hamster logo on it, and he did it all in reverse. I mean, it was a beautiful job. And we did a raffle for this mirror and to help a guy that was in the group that was sick, and to raise money for him. So we sold the raffle tickets at our Christmas party, and then we shipped it out to Donnie Smith in Minneapolis, and Donnie sold tickets at his Christmas party, and then they picked the winner out there in Minneapolis. Well, I won it. So I donated it back.
It's like the t-shirt thing. How many hamster things can you have?
Right. I didn't, my house is so full of, paintings and pictures and everything. But anyway, I donated it back. Well, we auctioned it off, and we got $5,000 for this mirror that all went to the museum. And then Bikers for Bullies. Yeah, the ride that we did, Meet the Masters ride, which was Donnie Smith and myself. We did, and Flash put that whole thing on. He did a great job, and we raised another $13,000. So altogether, we ended up giving the museum $66,000, which was great. It was great that we were able to do that.
It was huge. It was just an amazing event. I was so shocked. I'm not normally at a loss for words, but that night after it all happened, and you're right, you and I talked before the dinner, and you were kind of maybe unsure about how the golf cart was going to go, and it was awesome. And then when Randy made that suggestion of adding on an extra $1,000, it was so special to see how many people want to support the museum and want to donate to the museum, but maybe can't do it in $20,000 increments. And
right,
every little bit counts. I get checks all the time. Not all the time. Occasionally I'll get a little thank you note, and somebody sends in $50, and that's so special. And every time you do that, it's another fluorescent light bulb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully going towards maybe some LED light bulbs.
That's what we're working on. Exactly.
Yeah, it was definitely a good night. There was a lot of money being thrown towards the museum, and it just shows that people obviously like the museum and want to support it, and for it to keep going. This is like our show is motorcycle history. It's stuff that people need to see and hear about, and keep motorcycling going.
Yeah, and then Scott Jacobs donated a painting.
Yep.
Yeah, and then of course Daniel James, he donated 2 paintings.
And a knife from Keith Terry.
Yeah, Keith did a knife.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool stuff that was donated. We didn't try to overdo it, but it just worked out awesome, and we're going to continue to do it next year.
I couldn't agree more, and Jody hit the nail on the head. That's our mission, is to preserve the history of motorcycling and to honor those who have made a significant impact on the industry here at the museum. And we're trying to do everything we can to get more and more young people involved in the industry. And so the more interactive displays we can have and things that are appealing to them, the better that is. And so with the donations and the support from you guys, it's just making it all possible for us, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the legacy. plus the hamsters as a group is in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And so, it's the legacy of the hamsters that's going to be there also. Plus, there's a lot of guys in the group that are personally in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
So some of them are you, Arlen, Donnie Smith,
Yeah.
Rick Fairless,
Don Hotop.
Mark Shadley.
Yeah.
Keith,
There's a whole list.
Keith Terry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think 22 individual hamsters currently in the Hall of Fame.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
a big number. That's awesome.
Yeah, Jim Betlock.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody asked, Jack from Dallas asked, what bike does Emma ride?
That's a good question.
A scooter?
I don't. Yeah, scooter. I don't ride a motorcycle by myself, and now that I have a son, it's a little bit more stressful for me even to ride with my husband. So my job is to preserve them. And
Hey, that's all right.
Good answer.
Yeah.
for all of you, yeah.
Yeah, good answer, Emma.
That is a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like that. You know what? When your son gets older and he can fend for himself, then you can take one of the ride and safety courses.
He's 16, believe it or not, and he brought home this little Coleman scooter. So his idea was, Mom, if there's no clutch, you don't have to shift. Just get on this little Coleman scooter. We have a nice big yard. So, okay, all right. That's about as far as I go, is like a little 65 or something, So I get on this Coleman, and then he said, we have quite a big hill. Okay, Mom, you're good. You can go up the hill. Just give it some gas. Well, by the time I got to the hill, I couldn't remember where the brake was. And I ended up there's only two. It's either gas or brake, but it was more than I could handle. So I stick to walking. That's better for me.
You stick with the museum.
Yeah.
That's
You're doing a good job of preserving it. So maybe stick to what you're good at.
Exactly. That's my plan.
Actually, Ray Thatcher just brought up, he says, I need a hamster brick. So that's the thing. So you guys all out front have bricks, right?
So that's actually through the city of Sturgis, and the hamsters do have an entire section. So if you just Google City of Sturgis Brick Project, you can go on the City of Sturgis website and you can design your brick, put the logo on it, put your name on it, and then they will install it out front. Yep. And
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's really fun that it's right front and center for us.
There's a lot of bricks out there. How many bricks do you think there are?
Oh, I would probably say 50 at least, maybe.
Yeah,
There's be more
for
than
the
that.
hamsters, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple of different sizes. You can get just the standard brick, or you can get a nice big, I think it's granite maybe, or marble for a little bit more money. And they do a really nice job of engraving them and customizing them for people. So it's just City of Sturgis Brick Project, and it'll take you there.
That's cool. Yeah, that adds more character to the museum, all those bricks. Because I know every time I even walk on that sidewalk, I'm looking at the bricks and looking for a familiar name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the bricks are awesome. So Tony Larimer, I'm assuming he's a hamster. I'm assuming Tony probably has a brick out there. I know you do, as well
I have
as
one.
Yeah, my brother has one too.
Yeah. My son Jesse has one.
Yeah. All right, Emma, was there anything else you wanted to plug on here? I'm trying to look through some of these comments.
Yeah, I guess we're open 7 days a week, all year round. So anytime you're in the area, we're here even in the winter. We're open 7 days a week, all year round. So it's pretty easy to find a time to come in and check us out. Like we talked about earlier, we do have an online store. We are a nonprofit, so anytime you come in and visit the museum or buy something on our website, it goes to support the museum. There's also a donate button on the website. So yeah, for sure, stop by and check us out. We really appreciate all the support, and I really appreciate you guys having me on today. It's
wow, glad that you at least these people, people out there, they get a chance to see the museum and know more about it, which is great. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is such a cool museum. It's, it's not a whole day of fair, which sometimes a museum can get kind of boring. Well, to me anyway. But and you got some good stuff, and I like all like the helmets and the artwork and the memorabilia. That's stuff that's really neat. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to getting a helmet from you and maybe a bike, and I don't know. I'll keep
Yeah, we'll have to see what we can get together, and definitely.
Yeah, I think that next year you will have one of our bikes in there.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know about a turntable, but we'll have a bike anyway.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Emma. Well, thank you very much for coming on here. And any of you guys watching or listening, you can go to Sturgis Museum. It's down the bottom of the screen. And I know right on their homepage, there's a button up in the top right that says donate. And then actually right on your homepage, there's a button in the middle that says support the museum. So any of you guys that want to donate, and like Emma said, any amount is awesome. So don't feel like you have to wear a yellow shirt and donate $1,000 minimum. But obviously she'd love that too.
That's right. Yep. And we take we take memorabilia, so it doesn't have to be cash either. We love in-kind donations just the same.
Okay. I think that sounds good. All right, Emma. Well, thank you very much for coming on here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Good to see you.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye, Emma.
All right, guys. So that was our show for today. We will try to have another guest on Monday. But check back and or come back on Monday and join in. And once again, Chopper History is brought to you by Indian Motorcycles. So thank you, Indian Motorcycles, for helping preserve Chopper history and making this possible. And all you guys that are commenting on here and telling us where you're from, we love that stuff. So make sure you keep doing it and tell your friends to come on and watch our show and comment, like, and share and all that good stuff. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
We will catch you on Monday.
See you Monday.